everyone, and it's time for another weekly connection. So welcome back, and I want to send some warm air to all of you that are in the cold weather anywhere in the country or in the world, actually, because this I know goes overseas as well. So it is February. I guess it's time for that, and we of course are here in Arizona. Our winter ends about now, so I'll start planting my garden and planting it in another couple of weeks. So the crew is all here, the usual guys, and Lady Nada is still with us. So Lady Nada and Lorca Toomey are the main ones who are running the show for now, and they mix around, of course, but we're so glad to have Lady Nada with us right now. So let's do our connection. So get your Cosmic Thrust oil and put a drop in your hand. Rub it in. Good. Bring it in through your aura and cup your hands together. Oh, and that 15-second meditation that we're going to use to align us energetically, because we're not bound by time and space. But it also realigns you heaven and earth and protects you at your solar plexus, where people try to get in, well, before they understand or know how to interact in higher consciousness. The word that Lady Nada chose today, I think, is really excellent. It's observation. Because in order to develop ourselves as Christ consciousness, cosmic conscious beings, we have to be able to observe those around us and ourselves. So we need to be observers, because in cosmic consciousness, you observe everything that's going on in your daily life. And you interact, and you know, and you have that interaction with nature, not just people. Because what it does is it's developing compassion and it's developing empathy, so that we can become more unified in our consciousness, which is the ultimate goal. So Lady Nada wants us to exercise and to practice observing. So when you do any of your techniques, whether you do the empathic shield or the conscious use of power or any of the other techniques that I've taught, you want to make sure that you're not caught up in you, me, every other. Because in third dimension consciousness, there's a veil. We can't see beyond this time and space until you develop your skills to be able to go beyond that time and space. And of course, that's what we're trying to get all of us to do, to expand our awareness and consciousness. So when we observe the world around us and what is going on, we are not caught in the drama of whatever it is that we're looking at or whatever's going on in our lives. So even if you have a gitchy moment, Pat and I had a gitchy moment, that we were planning to go on a little trip in our RV. We have it all packed up, and the levelers will not retract. So here you are in a moment that could be, or you could say, all right, so this is happening to me for a reason, right? This is happening because in the greater scheme of things, in the greater picture, there's a reason why we're not going right now. So we reboot, right? We regroup ourselves and we come up with plan B, right? Which might be waiting, which is fine, because you know that you're taken care of. You know that you are protected in every moment of every day, and that as we become more the observer and we're not so much in the drama of third dimensional life, it allows us to be more level, more even. And it doesn't, when you're observing, you're not going to go into depression. You're not going to get angry. You're you react to emotions. Like if I see something and it's touching and sweet, I might feel, a little bit gushy, but I'm doing it just the way I would watch a movie. I'm not taking it into myself. I'm bringing it through my central nervous system. It takes 3 days for your guides to sort out what goes through your central nervous system. And they're like, not theirs, not there, not. Oh, that one's theirs, right? Because so much of the stuff that we as empaths, as light seeds, collect isn't even ours. And it's just a bunch of baggage, It doesn't have anything to do with what you're doing. But when you observe, you watch the play. You're a character in the play, right? So there's going to be stuff. But you're observing what you're doing in that play. And you're able to sort out and keep your central nervous system clean. And that energy technique that we do, the light technique that we do at the end of every weekly workshop, is basically the empathic shield, which you can get up on my website. And I have a very short audio meditation for you to do, because I want you to be sure to wear your shield every morning and every night. You need to be in this light bubble 24 hours a day. Nighttime is more important, I think, than the daytime, because our guards are down, and that's when, if you've ever woken up and you're really tired and you were dreaming about somebody all night, well, and we're not feeling bad about the person who did it, but they're looking for energy, They're looking for that support, that help, and they happen to, for whatever reason, hook into you. So we teach, as the light seeds, how to interact with our light in a more constructive way by putting that shield on the outer edge of our aura. And when you have that shield on the outer edge of your aura, you observe the movie called life. It's just a movie. You're no longer caught into the drama or overreacting or going goofy and we all have things that happen that are not great. You all know that we had a little calamity in our home where all the plumbing went down in the house. It was 3 months of reconstruction. But you're observing what is going on. You're a character in the play, so that you can respond consciously to make it come out really positive. And those of you who know me know that this came out so incredibly positive, more than I ever could have thought of. And that's the thing. When we're the observer, life brings us things in such a positive way, and in a way that we would not have thought of ourselves, because we tend to be more limited in what we think we can or cannot do, where the source, the infinite love, has no limit, and it will bring you everything you want. And as we said last week, I have everything I need and want before I need and want it. And that makes Jackie happy. And that's what we're after. We just want to be happy and be serenaded. So, your job this week is to observe as much as you can. Be consciously aware of not just interacting, not just reacting, but observing what is coming to you in your life with everything that you do. And the more you do it, and the more you practice, and the more you wear your shield, the stronger you get to be as a light seed, and the more you develop cosmic consciousness. And when we're cosmically conscious, we love one another. And no matter what dastardly dudes are out there doing what dastardly dudes do, we observe that they are doing what they need to do right now in their evolution. So we certainly don't think that's okay, But we're not going to judge, we're going to observe. Because when we come from love, love doesn't have judgment. Love observes. Love will evaluate, but it won't judge you for what it is. So as we have this, especially in our country, I focus on that a lot, but it's in the world, this diversity where people are at odds with one another, and my way, and you don't think the way I think, so you're wrong. And of course we know that's not correct, right? We all have our belief systems, and really every religion on the planet teaches the same doggone thing: love. Jesus didn't teach, join my church or you're going to go to hell. Jesus taught love, to love one another. And that's our job as light seeds, to love one another. I don't condone what some dastardly dudes do, but it's not my job to judge them. The more I am the light, the more I can help the dastardly dude shift, change, and remember the light. So that's our job as light seeds. That's why we're called light seeds, because we spread that light. And to people that are of denser energy, we understand, because one time you were dense too. And none of us are perfect. You know, we can't throw the first stone. I'm certainly not going to do that, because we're human beings in a human life. So our job is to observe it and light it. That's what we do as the light seeds. So let's do it now. So visualize that light coming from the source. It feels so good. That yummy, lovely gold light coming from the source. And this is our yang energy, our father energy that comes down the front of us. So it comes down and it fills your head. It goes through all the parts of your head and your neck and your throat. And you let it just kind of come down and down your arms and out your fingers, so that you can like twinkle light wherever you are. And then down into your chest, your heart, fill your heart. Because we just want to love and be loved. That's all we want in life. And then we bring it on down through our lungs and into our belly and into your Tantien, which is that reserve of energy that you need, resource, and bring it down into your legs. Hit your knees. This is kidney, bladder season. And down your legs, into your ankles. When you feel uncertain about your surroundings and what's going on, your ankles and your feet might start to hurt. So give them a good dollop of that light. It's a typical thing for star children and light seeds to have happen. A star seed, a light seed is the same thing, by the way. All right, out your feet, out your toes. And you know I like to take it out my toes and bring it right down into that grid system and crunch on to the grid, which is the mother's energy. So then we hold on to that light, and she welcomes up and grabs that tether of light that is your tether between heaven and earth. And with that, she brings an essence of herself up the back of your back up to source, so that they connect at source, and then back down again. And then back up again. And we feel that nurturing, supportive, loving energy from the mother. And then we feel the male energy, the father, the yang, coming down the front to give us strength, support, courage, and coming back up the back with the wisdom and the knowledge of the mother. And down again, and up again. Now, take that light, combined light, right, of the male and the female, and waterfall it out the top of your head to your first aura. Your first aura, of course, is your root aura, which is all your DNA and all your structure, all your earthly physical issues, past lives, current lives, doesn't matter what, right? And we fill that aura. And now we do our sacral aura, which the sacral aura of at least the United States is getting much better, because this is our tribal energy, and this is where we want to make sure that we're not judging one another, but we're coming from love. And then in that solar plexus, where we feel our power as light beings. True power is love, as we teach in Conscious Use of Power. And I have a video up online for Conscious Use of Power if you want to learn that one. So we learn to love through that solar plexus in loving one another and not judging one another. And this is why we came here, to learn how to be these light seeds, to develop and grow, and to love. And we bring it into our heart so we can share that love with one another. And into the throat, so that we only speak words of love and wisdom. We don't come from selfishness or anger or fear anymore. Because when you're the observer, you don't. You just don't. And I don't know how to explain that other than it isn't even in your energy field anymore. The only time you have those negative emotions is when you're in your ego. And that's not coming from love. So the more you observe, the more you can come from that place of love and express that to others. And then in your third eye, where you know doggone well that you are here to get this job done and that you are doing a really, really good job. We are. I got to really emphasize that we are doing a fantastic job. So let's get that light energy to move up into the crown. And that crown aura is your God connection. And it's where you know that you are worthy of this task because you are a divine being sent here, qualified, came in to get the job done. Let's do it. And let's observe ourselves as that divine being and not as the mortal little body that you are. The mortal body is such a teeny, teeny little piece of your existence. So now we let that light radiate out and radiate out a good foot at least, because lots of people are doggone hungry for this light. And we share that light willingly, lovingly. And our only job is to keep that light on full tilt, 24/7. 24/7. So that we can be the light seed we really want to be. So we wear it 24/7. And we observe our life through that screen, through your seventh aura. So that now you're observing whatever ditty has come your way, rather than going, right? Because there's always going to be stuff. This is Earth. It's a third dimensional planet. It's how it goes. Our job is to respond to it light with light, as the light being that you are. And then it'll come out, as Lady Nada might say, smelling like a rose. Okay, so you know what your job is. Observe, practice it. It's really amazing putting your awareness into observing and not reacting. And it'll help develop that Christ consciousness that we're all so eager to get to. So I love you all. And oh yeah, you gotta like me and what is that? You know, subscribe and all that junk. Do that for me, please. And I hope you have a lovely, lovely week. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye.